Hi, we're Antonia and Richard. Welcome to Ant and Dick's Excellent Adventure. So, good morning everyone.
You beat me to it. So this must be the heat wave that we're having in Europe evidently. Yeah, on the motorway still in Italy. Hope you can hear me. And steady 80 kilometres an hour, about 50 miles an hour, because it's shite. All the lights on, the fog lights on, all the wipers going,
everything. Somewhere over to our left is Turin, I think, or something like that. Anyway, yeah.
I can barely see the car in front. I'm not going to see bloody Turin, am I?
Anyway, so that's that. Moving on. So, welcome back everyone. It did stop raining, so we thought we'd just bring you a little bit more of Italy before we get to the border. A small town called Susa. Little stop, as we said earlier, and now we're heading for the border with France, which I think is about 30 kilometres or so. So for Dick's sanity, we elected to avoid motorways for this bit.
Aye. Snow on the mountains.
Yeah. So if you can see them.
The camera will pick that up.
Hopefully, it's amazing what it does pick up actually. And so, just like that.
The Alps.
The Alps, yeah. Welcome to France.
We didn't film crossing the border because it was halfway through the tunnel. And we've just had a moment where we realised that, how many years ago? Quick?
4
years ago, when we first drove to Bulgaria, before the house, pre-house and everything, we came up this way from Grenoble in France.
Following the car transporter.
Yes, scraping the back end of it around every single corner. It was so low, the corners so tight. So we've actually driven this road going in the other direction 4 years ago. That ravine as well. That one that's rained hard. I'm trying not to scrape his back end. You see that? I've known some women like that. I have to try not to scrape the back end when they go around corners. Oh, it's not very nice. Oh, ouch. Good feelings, you know.
Sorry.
Off the edge of it. There we go. Just a random little view. We just pulled into a lay-by and look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Yeah. What a fantastic part of the world, isn't it? The Alps.
Isn't it just?
Yeah. Good afternoon everybody, so here we are in France, having successfully gone over the Alps, and we are at, give me that bit of paper, where's that bit of paper? Right, we are at, hang on, Camping Le Colporteur, excuse the accent, and, sorry, I'm trying to read this, and in Bourg d'Oissons, how was that? Now, by pure coincidence, having said that we suddenly realised we'd driven that same road over the Alps, going the other direction, 4 years ago, and booked this campsite yesterday afternoon, and we stayed here before as well. And that is coincidence, I promise, that wasn't planned. Hey Ant, speak to the nice people, Ant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was...
Blame it on Ant.
Yeah.
She deals with these things. I did say, Ant's the one that does things.
Yeah.
You did say, didn't you? Oh, that sounds familiar.
Yeah.
And,
Le colporteur.
And sure enough.
The peddler.
Is that what it means?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Learned something today. Anyway, I'll show you something that's quite special in a second. So we are, see here, show that, quite nicely shielded by the trees, in the shade for the night. Quite good value.
It looks,
given where it is.
Yeah.
23 euros.
23 euro.
Yeah. That includes electric.
Yeah.
And
one device.
One device connected to Wi-Fi, and it was €3 extra.
Yeah.
To have both laptops connected. So 4 years ago we were here because I remember the fact that you can little path through to the river. Just there, you can see that. But it appears there's more money in renting cabins than there is in renting pitches for tents and the like.
What a great place to come and...
Yeah. So they've obviously reduced the number of tent pitches and increased the cabins by quite a lot. These are all new, aren't they?
So I remember we looked up.
But I just want to, that was the point I wanted to make. Was given that neither of us had been any further south than Brittany, in the north of France, we stood here, having just set our tent up, and went, my God, that's the Alps.
Look, and there's a house, the house is perched on the...
We did. We stood here and we went, literally, didn't we? Literally, my God, that's the Alps. I've heard of them, I've seen them on a map. It was a real eye-opener, a real journey. The first time to Bulgaria. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are near Volvic, west of Lyon, and we just walked up at our accommodation for the night. Now, we didn't film anything during the day because I'll tell you what happened today. Naffle. That's what happened. There was naffle worth filming. We've just been driving all day, to be honest. Lunch was in a lay-by. Got a couple of 38-ton Arctics parked next to us. That's about it, but this is a beauty. This is a keeper, this is. Well, we're back here. It is raining, in case you couldn't tell. All these pitches here, all hedged off and beautiful. We'd actually already booked a Ponza tent. Dun dun dun. It's like a safari tent type thing, but let me show you, and I'll tell you how much it is. So we can park right next to it, which is always a bonus. There is a walk to the toilets, which are up here somewhere. There's no toilet facilities inside. View a castle of some description in the background there. There. So here we are. The catering department is sorting the fridge out. Yes, it has a fridge. Look at this. Let's hope the camera's picking that up. So, table there, chairs, whatnot. Gas hob.
Oh yes.
Dun dun dun. Bin, all saucepans and everything. Cafetiere there, if that's your kind of thing, for coffee. Fridge, that's our cool box obviously. Mugs, glasses and everything, cutlery. There's a double bed there with a single bunk on top, which obviously will be mine, goes without saying because we're not married. So, and a nice double there for the lady of the house. All the bedding's supplied. I don't know what to say really. There's chairs over here to sit out on the wooden terrace. Supplied. Obviously there's no water down here. That's the... There's no toilet facilities, no washing up facilities.
No.
So where do you wash up then? There must be somewhere.
Yeah, but must be by the
we'll find that out in a minute.
Yeah.
Anyway, this
we had a little welcome pack with a bin liner and one of these.
A sponge for the little lady.
Yes. Oh yeah, I noticed you handed it straight to me.
Yes, well, catering, isn't it? Surely washing up comes under catering, darling, doesn't it?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. I'm not as bad as that. I did the washing up. I washed up and dried up last night, didn't I?
Yeah.
Because you cooked. Now, see, just get that in quickly before everybody thinks I'm a selfish bastard. Anyway, this was the grand total of.
I was busy booking today.
This is true.
That's what I was
Let's
doing.
work in pounds. Okay. Sterling, UK pounds. This was the grand total of, and go.
Approximately £37.
Bargain. Absolute bargain. For what it is. I'm in so many places now. You're paying that for pitch to set your own tent up.
Yeah, which we were going to do.
Yeah.
But look at the.
Why would you want to? Actually, it's worked out quite well because it is a bit damp. It's a bit moist, isn't it, darling?
Yeah.
Eh?
Honeysuckle, Castle on the Hill again.
Yeah. £37.
Yeah. Oh, the pictures look really nice. We're gonna mark this one down, aren't we?
Yeah. There's a definite keeper. This one to come back to.
Camping Pierre et Source, something like that.
Or something like that. Yeah. But I mean, we paid, you know, £30 for a pitch in the UK. £30
with no electric.
With no electric. No, with electric, but no Wi-Fi.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, but no Wi-Fi.
So.
I didn't ask for that.
No. Anyway, a bargain. What is there not to like? Toilets and showers and everything here, and washing dishes and terrace, TV and everything in the games room, swimming pool. How cool. Proper cabins, if you so wish. That's your thing. The inevitable pool pitch. We are in France after all, just up here. Huts on stilts, in case you're afraid of the tigers, obviously. As you can keep well out of the way. I wasn't gone long enough, obviously, otherwise Ant would have had the truck unloaded. Never mind, you can't want them all, can you? And looking glamorous, look at that, in her Bulgarian dress. So, if this is the only problem we have on this journey, I should be very, very happy. It's just where the
insulation tape.
Where the wires go up to the spotlights, obviously they travel from underneath the bonnet, and the bit of nice black insulation tape is flapped in the breeze and parted company. So there we are with a nice bit of green temporary repair. Sniper tape, if you know, you know. Isn't that right? And
yep.
Anyway, beautiful repair, I feel.
I think so. Yeah.
It won't go anywhere anyway.
No.
Onwards. Because of course the beauty of this is this repair here is that now, like other YouTubers, we will be able to put a thumbnail up which says "Disaster strikes! Will we make it out of France?" and other such ridiculous things. Anyway, thank you. Bye bye. So good afternoon all. You rejoins for still in France, obviously. Again, really sorry I haven't recorded anything during the day. It really is just us sat on motorways. Fairly boring stuff, I know, and at the moment it's just about where we're staying and that. So if you're still watching the videos, then thank you very much. I do appreciate it. There's nothing very exciting going on, but it is what's happening. That's what's going on at the moment. Anyway, Ant has pulled another gem out of the bag, and I'll turn you around. Not quite as luxurious as last night, but nonetheless similar idea. Again, not much more than camping, so why would you bother to set the tent up? This is the thing, you know, the price.
Saves us a fortune in time, which is
And anger. On my part.
Lesser spotted anger, yeah.
Yeah. As opposed to lesser spotted dick, do you mean? Anyway, apart from the fact that this one has no kitchen, it is just a little veranda with 2 single beds inside, which the nice young lady on reception said we could push together if we wanted to.
Oh, she did, yeah. I've forgotten that.
Yeah, and I said it's too
Bless
hot.
her.
It's too hot for that kind of thing.
You said.
I did. Which it bloody is. It's still warm. I don't know what the temperature is. But yeah, so no kitchen, and we've ran our own electrics, which is something we could do. So that's our camping electric cable, which is plugged in back over there. But yeah, all is good. Hey.
Have you shown them where we are?
No, not yet.
No, not yet.
I'm saving that bit.
More of that.
Yeah. I was going to show them the pig.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I will give a hint, just, you know.
Yeah.
We'll go down there in a minute because evidently there is a beach, but that, just the other side of that fence, I don't know, well that'll show up, is the river Loire. And we can walk down there in a second, but I'm going to show them the pig first. Come this way. So briefly, as always, we have toilets, which are upstairs for some reason. There is an explanation for that. There's a notice over there. I'm not sure what it is. I haven't had a chance to look yet. Washing up facilities and all that kind of thing. You obviously can camp here, caravans, whatever. That's us there. I don't think you see on the bit on the back there. They're actually designed for cyclists. So there's a piece on the back there to store your bikes in overnight. Which is why we weren't allowed to park there. So we've driven in, unloaded, and then parked in the car park the other side of the road, which is fine. And then you've got, oh, look at that. You've got these beauties. Look at that, black cock. Say something. I think the star of the show's gone to hide. He has. I don't know if you can see that. There's the star of the show. In there is a little pig. We'll see if we can catch him later when he comes out again. And there she is, looking very friendly. Hey. Need that bit of glass there. Hey. Tail's wagging like a dog. A rare bit. And there's a snack bar. Table tennis. Anyway, there you go. So in a second we'll get and have a look at the river. So here we are then, about to get run over. Hey, Grogu as well, obviously. No, we're not getting run over. Ant. Say hello to nice people, Ant.
Hello. Hello.
Just walking down to the river. Make sure this is an awful bit of filming, I know. I can see that, I'm all over the place. Sometimes I've got my head in, sometimes I haven't. If you'll pardon the expression. We're going to see what's going on. So how bizarre is that? It is actually a proper sandy beach. I'm taking that to mean no swimming. One would assume.
Yeah.
Hey.
At your risk and peril.
Yeah. Cool. Didn't expect that. That's really quite.
It does say La Plage
Yeah, I know, but
on Google Maps.
how bizarre.
I know.
Oh, somebody in there, look. Somebody's in the water. Hey, fantastic.
We've got to have a paddle, haven't we?
Yeah. We go over here, away from all the other peeps.
Yeah. That lovely sound of crocs on sand.
Yeah. Let's change some crocs and grass. Look. Hey. Look at that.
Drop the bag. Oh, sinking. At
And-
your peril.
And it stands in the Loire River.
Oh, I'm sinking, actually, in
Ah.
Loire.
If you got that bag, it's got my phone in it.
Got your phone.
Fantastic. There are people in the water. So I think we'll have a cool off as well. Don't tell anybody. You can see that's Honda's little tiny fishies. The kind of thing that you want 10 of them to make a mouthful. This thing's fantastic. Good find again, Ant.
I reckon.
I'd never thought I'd be paddling in the Loire River
No.
on the way back to the UK. And as you say, it's warm. Cool. And look, glamorous as ever. But we reckon, as serene as that looks, we can see how far I am from the bank. Okay, I don't think you can see that. That water's running past my knee. How quickly that's running past my knee. As serene as that looks, there's a hell of a current running through there. Quite scarily so. Hey.
As you said, that's why the toilet block is actually upstairs.
Yes, it turns out that's why the toilet, because the whole campsite can flood. And
I'm not going to look at you because you're in the sun.
the tidal extremes, not tidal, you know what I mean. The amount the river goes up and down by is so huge
Yeah.
that the campsite can flood, and that's why the toilet block is upstairs. Interesting.
Fun fact.
Today's top tip. If you're going to go to the toilet, go upstairs. Good afternoon. Here we are just outside at Roscoff, ready for our ferry in the morning. And it's starting to, sun's disappeared, forecast isn't good. We'll see. I'll turn you around. Lovely view from where you are. There's the English Channel. And the mainstay of this business is yurts. Look, it's quite interesting. They're really nice, but they weren't cheap. Well, it's all relative, isn't it? They were about £65 a night, which if you're talking about Airbnb, I mean that's not that expensive anymore, unfortunately. But we've got something slightly different. We're back to a tent hut thing again. This is becoming a habit, I know, third one in a row. But we did say that we were going to try and look at something like this, where you do the huts, the barrels, or whatever you want to call them, pods, and that kind of thing, and less actual camping in a tent. It's just such hard work unpacking and packing everything for one night. So we thought we did say we were going to try this and see what the prices were like, and then decide what we do when we come back in August. Anyway, it is a fairly standard thing. There's an ant, as usual, 2 bedrooms, 1 each obviously. You know, microwave, fridge, little 1 burner hidden behind all the beer and everything else there.
There's a mirror.
A little one burner electric hob, which is all you need really. Oh, a mirror so you can see yourself in the bedroom. A bit kinky. Or maybe not. Maybe that's not kinky. One man's kinky is another man's normal. Never forget that. So, hope you can hear me by the wind noise. We're going to end that video there. We are due on the ferry tomorrow morning. We're contemplating whether to book a cabin or not. Because
I think that might be a yes.
Well, looking at the forecast, it's giving gusting 32 mile an hour from the west. So that'll be beam on or side on if you're non-nautical to the boat, which means it could well be rocking gently, shall we say, tomorrow. So I don't know. Anyway,
thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching. That will all be in the next video on Wednesday. So please just stay with us for a little bit longer, before we
see how we got on
before we take a break. Yeah,
on the ferry.
See if either of us threw up or anything. Will we survive? Who knows? Catch you all soon.
Da, da, da.
Catch you all soon. Cheers.
Thanks,
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.